You see, the information that you are going to have at the beginning of this week, the message that you are going to have at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra, and I'm talking about the week in between the 24th and the 30th of October 2022. The message and information that you are going to have at the beginning of this week, it's really going to put a massive smile on your face, because on one hand, it's going to provide you with a completely different perspective, how to deal with a certain situation that was draining your energy, that became like a huge problem in your life. And on another hand, this in itself is, without you even being aware, this in itself, it's going to be like a final little push that you're actually making in order to make an enormous progress in your life, in terms of your development, in terms of what you should be doing right now at this stage of your life. Whether you are looking for work, whether you're working, or whether you're retired, it doesn't really matter. This is to do with an aspect of your life that was worrying you, that was making you feel really negative, that was making you feel really down, because it became a problem and it started to drag. It became a problem in itself, and it created so much of a negative energy around you. So very often, subconsciously, when you would be planning things and you would want to do things in your life, this would kind of like really subconsciously, it would be affecting you, and it would be kind of slowing you down even more than you could possibly realize. Only now you're going to start realizing how much this was affecting you. So this information and message that you are going to have, it's not only going to provide you with a completely different perspective, which is in itself going to make you aware of how to deal with this very difficult problem. It's not going to become that difficult after that moment in time. But what you're not going to know, what you're not going to be aware of, but you will know that this in itself is going to be that final push that you're actually making. And you will see exactly what I mean, because a couple of days later, after that moment in time, you are going to have a very interesting opportunity. And that interesting opportunity, it's going to be absolutely the right thing to do when it comes to you doing the right thing to elevate your life, when it comes to you basically going on the next stage, making the next step. So it doesn't matter at what stage of your life you are. As I said, if you're like looking for work, this is pretty much so to do with something very good, very important coming indeed. If you're like if you're working, and then this is looking very promising, like in terms of promotion or the next step of your life, and then next stage of your life. And if you're like basically retired, it's again to do with an aspect of your life that means to you so much, in order to kind of step in. You're stepping forward, and it's important for you to do this at this moment in time. This is to do with the development, and it's also to do with like you feeling extremely excited and extremely happy, and this is going to raise your energy and raise your vibrations. Why? Because you will understand that this is going to make a very big step towards you. Now you're making a really massive step towards you making some kind of dream becoming reality. Landing on the stage of your life, landing on a certain destination, how you want your life to be, what is one of the greatest achievements in terms of you wanting to live your life in a certain way. Now it's the time when you're going to realize that there's some kind of a dream that you had. It's not only a dream anymore. It's slowly but surely it's becoming the actual reality. And how you're going to know when all this is going to happen, just remember, it's an important information that you're going to become aware of, but not information about, not what I started a reading with, like having a different perspective. No, baby, no. This is going to lead towards a couple of days later, when you are going to have another information and message when it comes to your development. You will know that this is the natural next stage, next step of your life. So this is how you will know what am I actually talking about here. It's extremely important about your progress, but it's at the same time something that's going to make you feel extremely optimistic, extremely enthusiastic, and that is all going to lead towards you wanting to explore more, explore further, and that this is something that's really important, because when you find yourself like exploring, there is so much more. A few days later you will see it's like, oh my god, there's some very bright prospects that you are going to be become aware of. And these bright prospects that you're going to become aware of are going to change your life literally forever. And also, my gorgeous Libra, what else I was going to say, it's like, I mean, come on, this is absolutely mind-blowing. What am I going to say? So it's not only about the like really annoying problem coming to an end. It's not only about you finding making this final push. And also, when I say you're making a final push, it means that karmically you've been through so much, you have been through so a lot, and it was very difficult, and so many things were slowed down, and your life was affected. So karmically, this is like a very kind of like very interesting stage in your life. So now you deserve this, my gorgeous Libra. But what am I really kind of like extremely getting excited about now? Like you're also going to really become aware of such an amazing achievement. You will see, you are going to become aware of an amazing achievement at around the beginning of the week. And I like this so much, especially when it comes to the 25th maybe, and no, 25th and the 26th of October, at around the 25th and the 26th of October. Then you're going to become aware of this absolutely mind-blowing achievement. Look how many things are going to be happening. And this mind-blowing achievement that you are going to become aware of, it's really a lot to do with you working really hard towards something, you wanting to achieve something, you putting so much energy towards something very, very specific. So this is going to mean to you so much. One of the greatest achievements of your life, one of the greatest accomplishments of your life, one of the greatest victories of your life. You're extremely going to feel so proud of yourself, and people who know you're going to be like, oh my God, everybody will want to know little Libra after this moment in time. I'm just trying to say that you're going to feel extremely proud of yourself. So this, even a couple of days after this, it's about this a huge achievement that you're going to become aware of. And now this achievement, it's also going to make you aware of your own power, accomplishment. So it's to do with a part of your life that you've been working on for so long, and it means to you so much. So it's one of the biggest accomplishments of your life. This in itself, it's going to make you aware of your own power, but it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you are going to need to put your foot down. After this moment in time, you are going to need to put your point across, and at the same time, you are going to need to be as direct as possible. You must say exactly how you feel, and you will know what I mean, because this is going to be connected to you having an important conversation with 2 or 3 people, and it's very important for you to understand that these 2 or 3 people that you're going to not come across by having an important conversation after that moment in time, they are part of your progress, and it's down to you, it's up to you how open you are going to be, how direct you are going to be. But there are elements of these people being very kind of intimidating. Gosh, I just flicked the card. There's these people being like a little bit intimidating, and that can kind of affect your own bravery, especially when it comes to responding to certain things. So this is what you need to remember, the power of being as direct as possible. And look which card I flicked. Wait, where are you, my darling? Wait. Where is it? You know what just flicked, like with my hands, my crazy hands, yeah? Oh gosh. Oh dear. You see this? Absolutely beautiful card. It means that your spirit is going to be rising. Your energy is going to be rising. You're going to feel this week like you've never felt before. You're going to feel this week also how you haven't felt in a long time, in terms of an absolute inspiration. This is all, when I say that you're going to have an important conversation with 2 or 3 people, this is important for you to understand, because they're part of the plan, they're part of the progress, but something is going to be so intimidating about them. But you must not allow them to affect your energy and vibration, because this conversation that you are going to have can only happen, like literally, my gorgeous Libra, once in a lifetime. Okay, so it's not like, oh my God, I'm gonna get it wrong now and I'll just speak to them later. No, baby, no. You need to be strong. You're very powerful. You're very deep. You're extremely psychic. You're extremely courageous. Now, this can all make you like extremely elevated in so many different ways. But sometimes when you're very psychic like you are, it can work just a tiny little bit against you. Do you know why? Because you can feel vibration and energy from other people, like from so many different angles, you know, and that can affect you because you're very deep and you feel these earthly energies and you feel the spirit energies. So sometimes you're more open than other signs, and this can, like when I say it can work against you, it can only drain your energy a little bit because you can feel certain aspects about people, other people, that some other signs may not feel as quick as you actually do. But you must not let that work against you. Just live it, you know. You have to live this feeling, you have to live this emotion, you know, feel it. Not leave it and say bye, but just like kind of like a plunge into it and just take it as a really great challenge and see how far you can actually get. So the more direct you are and the more you put your foot down, the more you stick to your original plan, my gorgeous Libra, the more successful you are going to be. So it's all going to lead towards you kind of like having a really, your passion is going to be ignited, but also at the same time you need to understand that you are about to start something. You are giving a birth to some kind of creation, to some kind of process, but you're not even going to realize this at this moment in time. You're only the birth that you're giving to the certain creation, something is about to start here, some kind of idea you're going to have, and that's the birth of the creation that I'm talking about. You're about to plant a spiritual seed, and how you're going to do that, how you're going to start this creation, it's about an idea that you are going to have, very, very interesting idea, and that idea that you're going to have at around the beginning of the week also, it's going to make you feel extremely passionate about life, extremely passionate about yourself, because your spirit is going to be rising. And at the same time, it's not only about how you're going to feel, but where this is actually going to take you. It's going to bring you one of the greatest accomplishments in terms of your finances and in terms of you living your life in a very colorful way. What you don't have now, what you want to have now, and you don't have it, you will have by June and July 2023. And now, my gorgeous Libra, it's only the beginning, because this is all going to lead towards a life of luxury. You can have absolutely everything, do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, you can be extremely rich, you can have absolutely everything, but this is all going to lead towards those aspects of your life that you don't have, but are going to make you so rich, both spiritually and materialistically. So this is something you need to understand. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, you know, it's just basically what you are really going to have a very interesting and wise advice, you know, at around the midweek. Somebody who's like really wise in your life, somebody who you really look up to, somebody who's like a very kind of strong-minded, but somebody who's very gentle as well, somebody who's very psychic, and somebody who's extremely wise, somebody who's extremely successful with almost every single aspect of their life, somebody who's like a little bit unusual, a little bit strange, and very often misunderstood by other people, and somebody who has got number 2 somehow connected to their past. Number 2 is very strongly connected to this wise person who is going to give you a very, very kind of like a powerful advice of what to do. And I'm saying it's going to be a powerful advice because at around the midweek, when you're thinking about something, oh, you're not going to know how to do, you'll be thinking like which way to go. It's more like a which way to go. Oh my God, what takes priority, you know, which way to go. You're going to be thinking which way to go, and then suddenly this wise person is going to come through forward and tell you what was on your mind, but you didn't ask them. And you will get this, you will understand this, that this is your own spirituality speaking to you. This is your own spirituality guiding you, because you will be able to understand that through the actual power of synchronicity, you have, you know, this is working through the power of synchronicity. So it's almost as if, like, you know, you're speaking in your mind to that person, and then that person just out of the blue just come forward and say exactly what was on your mind, and they will tell you something really, really wise of what to do, and you will know exactly what to do in order to bring the ultimate happiness into your life. But this is also going to reflect on the people that means to you so much, on the people that you want to reconnect with, because what are you doing right now with this wise choice? You're also making sure that you're closer to people who you want to be closer to. You are also making sure that you are gonna kind of be more surrounded by the people you want to be surrounded by. You're doing something great for yourself, but you're also doing something great for the people in your life, like your friends and your family members. So this wise choice is going to bring you all back together. And now it's time. I like this so much, because this is a lot to do with your emotions, but it's a lot to do with the emotional confusion being cleared. You know, it's absolutely brilliant. And this is all going to lead towards you, like, you know, a couple of days after that moment in time, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to be working on something so important. You're going to be like, your concentration levels are going to be like, oh my God. So you are going to be kind of working on an aspect of your life that you're really going to enjoy, and you're going to find yourself being completely into it. Like, yeah, you're going to be like, concentration levels are going to be very powerful. And when we are like kind of working on something, then the energy, it's very unique, it's very vibrant in terms of us being really psychic, and something is going to come to you at that moment in time, some kind of a psychic message and realization. So it's going to happen at a time when you're working on something, your concentration levels are going to be like completely up, you know. So whether this is going to be to do with your work somewhere, or whether you're going to be doing something at home, but you are just really going to get into it, you know, you're going to get into it. And then suddenly this psychic message is going to come, and this psychic message that you are going to have, it's going to make you aware of like exactly what do you need to stick to in terms of the actual plan. So that psychic message is going to make you aware of exactly what do you need to stick to in terms of the actual plan. It's going to clear quite a lot to you, but then at the same time you're going to feel extremely ambitious, extremely driven, because you will know that what the plan that you are going to have on your mind that you need to stick to, it's also going to make you extremely successful. This is, you will just know, this is the bottom line, that that plan, it's not only about like sticking to the plan, but knowing and being aware of that this is something that is going to make you extremely happy and extremely successful. So you're going to feel this through these ambitions, you know, being driven by your own ambitions. So this is absolutely fantastic stage of your life. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, okay, so you see, basically, you know, there is what you're going to be, what is going to be on your mind. You must not let this scare you, because the last part of this week, when it comes to, especially when it comes to the 29th and the 30th of October, you're still going to be like, oh my God, like you're going to be facing the part of your life on the 29th and the 30th of October. You're going to be facing some kind of a project here, and it's all like a kind of the direct result of everything that was happening, and something is going to happen on the 29th and the 30th of October on the outside, and it's really going to scare you suddenly. So something on the outside is going to blow you away. Outside, nothing to do with your life, nothing to do with the people in your life, nothing to do with your family, nothing to do with your friends, but on the outside, you're going to hear something from the outside, on the outside, that it's really going to scare you, some kind of information. It's going to like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Or maybe this is not the right time, or maybe I should wait a little bit longer. Oh my God, I'm scared. No, baby, no. Do not get scared whatsoever, because this is going to be the part of your challenge, and you need to go through, you need to go forward. And even more so, maybe there will be 2 or 3 people at the end of the week who are going to be like maybe telling you just out of the blue, oh, no, you shouldn't do this, blah blah blah. No, baby, no. Listen to me very carefully. This is to do with your spiritual journey, this is to do with your soul purpose, this is to do with your spiritual purpose, and these are the challenges that we normally face. Even if 20,000 people are walking that way and you're the only one who is walking this way, it doesn't really matter. So be it. You're special because you're the only one walking this way. Let them walk that way. Bye, darling. Do you know what I mean? So do not let this put you off. What you're going to hear on the outside, it's almost going to give you this fake feeling of, oh no, I can't do this, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. No, now it's time. Your life, your spiritual journey, you do what you want, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So the last part of this week, you need to remember, when you become aware of this, it's all going to boil down towards you on being a little bit paranoid when you hear something on the outside, because you're going to think that this might mess with your plans, and it's also somehow going to point towards like a very hard work and this is going to be keep on putting you off. No, you just need to understand that this is all part of that plan midweek that you need to stick to, and at the same time it's to do with the hard work, but you have to do it, because that, and also what is going to play a really important role here, that over the last 9 months you felt like so helpless when it comes to making the certain progress and making the certain changes in your life. And this is going to play a huge role in itself, because it's going to be on your mind, these flashbacks of like, oh no, I don't want my life to be like this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, because you've kind of like really felt helpless with making certain changes, and that just put you in a limbo, in a certain position where you were like a statue for a while. Do you know what I mean? So now you're gonna be kind of like, you're gonna remember this, and this is also kind of going to play such a big role when it comes to you having that push, you know, to go forward with your life. You will become aware of the certain people that you're still gonna have to be around and cooperate with, but it doesn't really matter. Maybe it's, you know, when it comes to these people that you're going to become aware of, that you still need to cooperate for a little while longer, you know, it's just something is slowly coming to an end, and they're part of the change, and you also kind of must not let that put you off whatsoever. Okay, and also by the end of the week, at around the end of the week, my gorgeous Libra, I just like it so much. It's the moment of justice, whether you've been waiting for some kind of justice, like a real justice, like some kind of a court case, or whether you have been waiting for a while for certain people to decide something for you, to make an important decision for you, and this just really kind of made you really scared, you know, and this affect you emotionally, and this also kind of caused so much of an emotional confusion, because you've been waiting for someone to decide something for you, and it can be scary because this is so important to you. So whether this is to do with a real justice, like a court case, or whether this is to do with like a basically, you know, whether this is to do with someone just deciding something really important for you, but I have to tell you the decision is going to be really good, and that decision is going to be positive, and this is going to really come out of the blue, and it is going to surprise you. But most importantly, when you hear that the outcome is going to be very positive for you, what is going to be on your mind is some kind of realization that you have learned something very special when it comes to all that progress and everything that was happening regarding this justice in your life. And the decision is going to be really positive and optimistic and very good when it comes to you. So now this in itself is going to make you aware of like what the progress you have made in your life. It's almost leading towards a momentum, but that is going to allow you to expand yourself, because you're going to be thinking about expansion, but at the same time this is going to make you so excited and to look forward towards things, because by the end of the week you will know exactly that you are on one hand on the right path, or on another hand this is going to literally change your life. And then the third thing is that you will know exactly by the end of the week how you're gonna turn your goals into reality. So everything from the beginning of the week is gonna lead towards the end of the week, where it's just gonna become obvious what exactly do you need to do in order to turn your goals into reality. You're gonna find yourself being extremely passionate. This is your passion, it's going to be speaking to you, it's going to be guiding you. Indeed, you're going to find yourself being extremely centered, extremely grounded, extremely strong, extremely powerful. My gorgeous Libra, you will know exactly what to do. Follow this vibration, follow this spirit, follow this energy. You know, this is exactly what you need to do at this stage in your life. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.